The Dragon Ball Legends developers removing soul boosting is a very bold move. To commit to removing something that's been here since the start of the game means that they're making big changes. I've seen a lot of people unhappy about it because the option to get CC from the Z missions will also be removed. But in my opinion, if you haven't got all those chrono crystals yet, you simply just don't play the game enough. On top of that, anybody who would be able to make use of those missions would be new to the game, so they wouldn't know it exists, or you'd be a reroller. So for those guys, I don't exactly feel bad for them. But their goal in removing soul boosting, and I quote, is to help streamline the character upgrade process and improve playability. Heavy on the playability, if that's really their goal, there's a bunch of other things I think they could easily remove to make Dragon Ball Legends better. So in this video, I'm going to list 5 things that I think the Dragon Ball Legends developers could remove to really streamline and improve playability. Let's get into this. So this is the first one I wanted to talk about, and it's Paralyze and Faint. I think there wouldn't be a single person that would miss both of these if they got removed. Genuinely, it's just hazardous. There's so many cases in Dragon Ball Legends history where characters had Faint or they've had Paralyze, and because of how OP it was, it just had to get debuffed basically with the next release. So they release a character with it, then the character after that will have immunity, then they'll go a long while without it, then they go through that same process again, and every single time they drop it, nothing good comes out of it. It's literally just people feeling like the PvP experience is so tedious, annoying, based on the idea that people are getting lucky, they're getting these RNG factors that stop them from making the plays they want, and they can't do anything when you're in that state. If you're paralyzed, you have like maybe 1 second where you can't move, but it could double tap, so it sometimes triggers back to back, so now you've got 2 seconds where you can't move. And faint is just way worse, you know. Once you get fainted, there's no way out of that. So I put the devil on my screen right now, the devil himself, Majin Ku, king of the demon realm. Literally, this guy here, holder of both, I believe. He's just toxic, man. I've fought this guy too many times, and just looking through the stuff that he does, I hate, when I say I hate fighting this guy. There's lots of aspects to his kit that are just like they didn't need to go this heavy on his kit in general. Having both of those is just tedious to deal with, because every time you're fighting, you're more worried about what's going to happen to you, even though you've got the priority, and that's not how PvP should go. And the fact that it does go like that, you know, guys are just being saved by some BS RNG factors, especially if you're in a 1v1 situation or a 1v3 trying to make a comeback. These RNG factors just make it pretty much impossible, and anybody really relevant right now is still a victim to Faint and Paralyze. Nobody has full immunity for the whole game right now. So I guess the next character that releases probably will, or the next 2 characters or the anniversary characters will. But in reality, there's nobody that will miss Faint and Paralyze. It's just something that makes PvP very annoying more than anything else. Maybe in some cases, if you're the guy fainting somebody, you know, or giving them Paralyze, you might be enjoying it a tiny bit. Where everybody, when I mean everybody, feels this way. When it happens to you, you really feel like, all right, cool, this is a bit much, so hey, I am not against getting rid of it. This will just make PvP smoother. They've gone overkill with it, and maybe the ticks of the way it works is just way too much. But if it got completely removed, I'm not batting an eye. I wouldn't even think about it ever again. It will just be a memory, dark one at that. This is the second one I have here, and this one I actually hate it more than the first one I mentioned, Paralyze and Faint. If I had to choose between these first 2 that I've mentioned, take this one first. Please just delete it. Equipment Awakening. Now, I won't say delete the whole thing. Equipment Awakening is good. I feel like if they delete it, there will be no other way to get these equipments. They'd have to make a whole new way, and that's very inefficient. We don't need that. What I need them to remove is the materials. You see these? Why? Like, I understand the idea, but just get rid of them. Do you know how annoying it is to grind lower versions of the equipment that you're trying to awaken? I already need these materials, right? And I guess these materials are more accessible, but then also getting a lot of lower level ones, and then they have to be A specifically. It's like, bro, no. I understand the aspect of burning my materials so it feels like I'm actually paying for it, but I'd rather just these get more expensive than having to grind lower level equipment every single time, because going to the exchange shop, buying a bunch of them because I can only buy 30 at a time, then having to upgrade all of them, I can only upgrade 10 at a time, and I have to do 2 slots for every single bunch, and probably I won't get a red slot after I use 200 of these awakening medals, you know. Bro, that is annoying. It's long. Nobody wants to do that. Plus the bonanza is probably not on. I have to wait till the bonanza as well, and during that period of time is the only time I can do it to make the most efficient use. It's already just stinky, man. Just in addition, I know this is a deletion video, but add bonanza every weekend instead of just, you know, making it the whole period bonanza. Just add it every weekend. Why would you not? But anyways, grinding these is probably the worst part. I don't even think the whole awakening system is bad, you know. It's annoying when you're not getting the red slot. It's annoying when you're not getting the yellow slot. That's just part of the RNG factor of it. But I think continuously having to get equipments, only buying 30 at a time. So I'm sliding, okay, select sliding, okay, then I go to the equipment, press the equipment, upgrade, batch upgrade, it does the whole 10, then I have to do it again because there's 2 slots. That is long. Just get rid of these. Get rid of these. I do not want to go through the process of grinding those equipment materials. I don't mind the fragments and I don't mind the memories, but boy, please get rid of these lower materials required. Just delete them. That would change equipment awakening 100-fold. Just that one deletion, bro. Quick. So I'm going to be addressing some factors here in the friendship rank upgrade process, whatever you want to call it. I don't think the whole of friendship rank should be removed. There are some small benefits that make the game what it is. For example, the customization aspect with shallots. I think that's just a fun little piece of customization that's in the game. It doesn't need to be removed. It's accessible for its own OC, you know, the OG character. Also, it's beneficial in tournament power. So I'm very aware of the factors that friendship rank benefits. It's not completely useless, but what I don't like is that it's restricted. And when I say it's restricted, it makes it difficult to upgrade characters friendship rank for no reason, for how little of influence it has on the entire game. It's not like it affects the whole game. It affects TOP and I guess the Guild War thing, but Guild War is bad in itself. I don't even think I'm gonna give it its own segment. I just think it's bad, so I'm not even gonna touch on it. It's new, so I don't want to diss it too much, but it's bad. But let me get back into this. So upgrading your friendship rank, you have to play every single battle, and also in playing every single battle, you have to have these equipments to make the process faster. Now with these equipments, it's hard to get them all red. So I remember when I was grinding these a while ago, I had to take 2 months of specifically only upgrading these equipments to make them all godly. They were Z+ at the time because godly didn't exist, but to make them all godly, it took me 2 months of upgrading, mainly because the bonanza doesn't exist on these equipment. It's not eligible for the campaign, and that's crazy considering that this equipment here is only for friendship rank. There's no other benefit for it. Why restrict it? It's not that deep. So they need to just remove the restriction on those equipments. And the other aspect of this that I don't like upgrading friendship rank is that, you know, you only typically have the let's fight. So you can do these 3 times a day. Well, once a day for all of them. So there's 3 of them. After you've done that for your day, there's pretty much no other way unless you just grind story mode, and grinding story mode is insanely tedious. You'd have to just keep going in, actually do the battle and go out. In comparison to something like training, right? So I can go into here, I can use the skip tickets, and if my characters weren't level up, I could actually just level them up by doing this, and I'd get the EXP bonus from it. And that would help me out a lot, and I can do that from every single event. So any single battle, there's an XP amount given to me. Well, currently my characters are level max, so I don't get anything out of it. Why is that not the case for friendship rank? Even if it was less, right? I think it should still exist. It should still exist that you can train your friendship rank by using skip tickets. It could be a landslide less, but I don't know why it doesn't exist. But the restriction existing for having to actually go into the battle and play is very, very annoying. It also makes it feel like the equipment, you know, if it was, what's that game mode called? Full Power Battle, and not Full Power Battle, sorry, the Zenkai Rush Battle. If I tried to use my skip tickets on that, my team would die. But then on these things where I want to use my skip tickets, you just stop the equipment from working. It's like, okay, you're just trying to make it annoying for me for no reason, especially the game being in 7 years. hey man, just give us the option to use skip tickets. It'd also make more people want to play things like Tournament Power because they just be able to easily increase everybody's friendship rank. It would cost a lot because you're still using resources, so skip tickets and energy, but it also makes energy and skip tickets more versatile in the game. So I don't know why they're restricting the friendship rank process in the first place. In general, I need the restrictions to be uplifted. The system can stay, but right now it's not the smoothest to go through anyways, and it takes way too much time. This part here, it's really snarky, and a lot of people have noticed this from day one of it coming out, but the PvP groups, I think they should just be deleted in entirety. The way they work, they don't function accordingly. And why I say that is because if you're in S rank reaching the top, you would get rewarded more than a Z rank reaching top 10 or 15. And that's insane because the standard of PvP for a Z rank player should be higher. Naturally, if I'm in group Z and I play somewhere, I shouldn't be getting less CC than somebody in group S. If I was a great player, I would simply hold myself back for more rewards. There's no incentive to be in group Z if I'm going to get less CC than coming first place in group S, where fighting in group S is already a landslide easier than fighting in group Z, because once I'm in group Z, I'm facing players that could potentially land in the top 100 of the world. Whereas if I'm in group S, those players could be anywhere from top 20,000 to top 2,000, let's say. So the 2,000 and above to 20,000. Why is that a thing? I've noticed that when I was in God rank, I was getting 1,000 to 1,100 CC, and that's because I wouldn't place top 10 in my group. I just aim for the top 1,000. So let's say I landed 999. I was gonna say 9,000, but 999th place in the world. But I'm in group, and then somebody else in group S lands top 2,000, right? They would get more CC than me, even though I'm higher ranked than them. And that already is flawed in my eyes. So overall, the group ranking should just get removed. But what they would have to do to compensate, because they can't just remove it now that they've put it in place. If they are going to remove it, I accidentally pressed past top rankers. They should just add the base reward for CC that comes from the groups into your ranking. So somebody who places in the top 1,500 should naturally get more CC. Not necessarily, but it depends on how they do the range, but should get more CC than somebody in the top 4,000. That's how I see it. And I think that's normal to see it like that. But then I'm seeing, now that I've been in S rank, I've stopped going for God rank. I've literally just been getting rewarded more for playing less. And against, well, let me not say against worse players, but in my group, it's worse players than the players that would compete in God rank. You know, the top 1,000, the Z rank. So in overall, like, the system is just flawed. It should just get removed and just get added to the base rank. I've already spoke about the idea that not even in groups, but the fact that a rank 1 player only gets 1,300 CC more than the second place. That's not a lot. It should be like double the amount, because the gap between a rank 1 player and a second place player isn't a lot, but it makes the difference. And then the second place player is only getting the same amount as somebody in the top 1,000 entirely. What's the point of even trying to go for it? You know, you have to get really lucky. It's not, the benefits aren't good enough for how much effort you'd have to put in to get this high. Overall, the reward system in PvP is something people don't talk about enough. I just don't feel like they're generous enough for the effort that you have to put in to get to high places. And the fact that I'm getting more CC in S rank than somebody in Z rank speaks volumes itself. Now, fortunately, in my current position, or unfortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, I'm under 20,000 chrono crystals. And of course, I gotta bring this up. You gotta remove the 20,000 chrono crystal cap. This has been here for way too long, and if it doesn't get uplifted in the 7th anniversary, oh my god, it's going to be disgusting, because they are only increasing more and better looking characters, which makes it harder for you to access a bunch of things. 2 diamond drops literally 2 weeks in between each other, and they're the most hyped things ever. And now they're doing 2 Dragon Ball Saga drops. Not the most hyped things ever, but you know, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, there's not a lot of time to save to get both of them. And then the anniversary right after, 4 Legends Limited right before the anniversary. That's a lot. That's actually a lot. But if you guys don't know what the 20k CC cap is, once you get over 20,000 chrono crystals, what's going to happen to your exchange shops? So let me show you here if I scroll down. it will look like this. There's CC in here that I don't think I've claimed yet. Oh, I did claim it. All right, fine. I have to find another shop. There's a new PvP shop. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it this one? Decisive Battle? No, it's... Damn, where is it? This one, found it. I'm tweaking. You see how I can't claim it because I don't have the coins? If I was above 20,000 CC, even if I had the coins, I wouldn't be able to claim it. That means the 20k CC cap is in place and I can't get CC from the exchange shops because of the cap. That's how it works. I can buy CC from the real shop with my money. Like if I go to this shop, if I wanted to spend money on the game, all of these options are available to me. But in the exchange shop, free-to-play players, or every player rather, but free-to-play players suffer the most. They simply just can't get CC in the exchange shop just because they're over 20,000 chrono crystals. There's no plausible reason for that. I can't give a explanation for why that exists. It's just hindering people from saving so that they can max out the characters that they actually want, you know. It makes the process above 20,000 saving much slower. So a free-to-play player getting to 50,000 is like 1,000 times way more impressive than anybody else could imagine, which is why most free-to-play players don't end up that high anyways. It's basically saying spend your CC so that you can get more CC, which is totally backwards. And if you want to get a character 14 stars nowadays, you're going to need at least 60,000 anyways at the minimum. So if I can't get to 60,000, I basically can't 14 stars. You know, just remove that cap. I can speak about this every single time, and I will. I have to keep voicing the fact that this is a problem in the game. Get rid of it. Just completely get rid of it. The anniversary is coming up, and once May starts, I'm gonna go heavy on the anniversary content. I've got a lot of good ideas, discussions that could be had. I'm just taking it slow right now. We're easing out April. Once May comes in, the content is gonna go to the roof. So stay tuned, but let me know if there's anything that you think should get removed from this game, because removing soul moves things is actually big. Contrary to the idea that it's actually just not needed, it's actually a big move that they have to make. So hey, props to them. They're confident. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.